Hello and welcome to the Cubbears fan report for November the 29th, 2024. The Bears got to play in front of a national audience on Thanksgiving Day against Detroit, and it looked like it was going to be all Detroit. I was getting ready to leave where I was for Thanksgiving because I was tired of the game at halftime, and then suddenly Detroit fumbled the ball at the 2-yard line trying to score a touchdown. And who forced a fumble but Tyreek Stevenson, the villain of the Bears' loss to Washington with the Hail Mary. It was a bit of redemption, and the Bears started to come back. They were in a position to win the game or at least tie it in the fourth quarter, but somehow they found a way not to do it because they didn't call a timeout. They let the clock run out, and they lost. What a comeback it was. It was a great performance for Caleb Williams. He was 20 of 39 with 3 touchdown passes, 256 yards, and he broke a rookie NFL record going 212 passing attempts, which I think he went more than that because he didn't throw an interception yesterday. But 212 is the record and was the record, and now we'll see what the new record is, but everybody was talking about that. He distributed the ball. He had a difficult first half. I don't think the Bears prepared him properly for playing in that dome, because that is a loud dome. Although they've had other games, they played in Indianapolis, they played in Houston. It was not his first experience in an opponent's dome, but I like where the Bears are going long term. The Bears won't have to do a rebuild, even though they're playing like a team that had a rebuild and drafted the first quarterback. They are playing like a team that earned that pick, and it's all because of the coaches. The Bears lost to Washington, Green Bay, Minnesota, and Detroit, some of the best teams in the NFC, and they got San Francisco coming up. And they could have won all 4 of those games. We could be talking about a competitive team that's playoff bound, but no. The Bears have never fired a head coach in the middle of a season, but now is the time to break that trend. Let's make it a season of firsts. We got the first draft pick. Let's make the first coach firing within the season for the Bears ever. This is a team rich in history. Let's break the trend, because right now the only reason they're losing is because of coaching decisions that are costing them the games. And some other statistics, DJ Moore got a touchdown. He had 8 catches for 97. Keenan Allen had 2 touchdowns, 5 catches for 73. Cole Kmet just 3 catches for 26 yards, and Rome Odunze 2 for 25. But the Bears kind of threw one up to Rome Odunze at the end, but he couldn't bring it down. He was well covered, and that's the frustrating thing about it. Eberflus says it was his fault. It was his decision. The question is, why didn't he call a timeout? Well, because I didn't want it to be the last play. Well, it was the last play without you calling a timeout. It would have been the last play with you calling a timeout, but at least you could have prepared for it. I kept wondering, are they going to do a Hail Mary, or what are they going to do? It's pathetic. But the nice thing is the Bears don't have to rebuild. They got their quarterback. They need to solidify the offensive line and a few spots on the defense. They've got injuries. I used to coach football. I coached a junior high school team when I was a doctor. I would cancel my clinics early, and I would go to this junior high school outside of Paducah, Kentucky, and I would coach the kids. And I would say to a kid, if he didn't throw the block, if he didn't show up to block the cornerback from the guard, because I used to pull the guards out and have them block, and he'd say, well, I fell down. And I said, well, excuses don't win football games. The guys you're watching on ESPN who win the games are the guys who don't have excuses. Yesterday, the Bears were an excuse, and a poor one at that. Excuses don't win football games. This is the Cubbears fan report. Please support my sponsor, Robin Hood Brewery, and also Taylor's Place in Burnsville, Mississippi, because they get their food from Chicago. They serve Chicago-style hot dogs. If you're in Mississippi, it's the place to go. And if you're in Mississippi and forget where it was, just send me a message. I'll be happy to tell you. But please like and subscribe and support my channel. On the other side of good news, I did write a book about a vampire, and I got accepted into a program to learn how to convert it into a screenplay. So maybe someday we'll turn that into a mini-series. And you can say, oh, I remember that guy when all he did is talk about the Cubs and the Bears. Well, that's what I do. Cub Bear Fan Report. You can take me out of Chicago, but you can't take Chicago out of me. You have a great day and a great holiday. I appreciate you watching, and I keep listening for my text messages to see if I get an update that the Bears have fired Matt Eberflus. I even have Good Morning Football on silence just in case something happens. I'm waiting for it. I think this will be a trend-setting weekend and start a new trend. Then the question will be, who should we have as the next head coach? Because right now, if they fire him, they'd have to use an interim coach or hire Bill Belichick or somebody like Thomas Brown as an interim coach, although the offenses look a lot better, but they've had a few gaffes as well. Thanks for watching Cubbears Fan Report. Have a great holiday. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving.